Imagine your biggest enemy, the guy you've hated since you were 18, suddenly walks into the shower while you're naked. No words, just pure, electric tension. This is the story of Ilya and Shane, the two hottest rivals in professional hockey who are about to realize that hate is just a very thin line away from obsession.
Welcome to Nagi Recap!
In this video, I will summarize the movie Heated Rivalry. The film follows two stars of the professional hockey league who are constantly compared. Much like how Messi and Ronaldo battling for the GOAT title. Beyond their sporting rivalry, over many years, despite meetings that can be counted on one hand, a love has begun to bloom between them. They must struggle between denial and self-acceptance, torn between the sport they live for and the love they cannot ignore. Can a fragile yet intense feeling like true love exist in the cutthroat world of competitive sports? Watch until the end for the answer. Episode 1. Rookies. The film opens with young Russian hockey player Ilya smoking when Shane approaches him. Rivals by nature, Shane praises Ilya's talent, however. The Russian is ice-cold and indifferent. Before leaving, he mocks, "You won't be so cute when we win." In response, Shane smiles and asserts, "That's not going to happen." Months later, in December 2008, they meet again in the World Junior Championship final between Russia and Canada. At this time, Ilya and Shane are the two most watched young talents globally. As Ilya predicted, Shane's team loses. 6 months later, they meet at the pro hockey draft. Shane signs with the Montreal Metros, while Ilya joins their rivals, the Boston Raiders. At the party, Shane's parents praise his efforts, proud of his second-place rank. Conversely, even though Ilya is number 1, his father calls him a lazy player. On the surface, Ilya seems like an arrogant jerk, but look closer. His cold attitude is a survival mechanism. Growing up with a father who only values winning, Ilya doesn't know how to handle genuine praise from a rival like Shane. Being mean is just his way of protecting his heart. That night, Shane can't sleep and goes to the gym to cycle. Suddenly, Ilya is right beside him. Without a word, they silently compete, cycling as fast as possible in sync until both are exhausted. Resting opposite each other, Shane can't take his eyes off the Russian's hot body, specifically his package. Responding, Ilya hands him a water bottle and lightly touches his hand, signaling that he noticed him too. In an intense atmosphere with heavy breathing, they exchange hesitant words. Since Boston and Montreal are eternal rivals, they are bound to meet often. Another 6 months pass. One night, Ilya gets a call from his brother Alexei asking for money. When Ilya refuses, Alexei throws a homophobic slur at him. Soon after, his father calls to berate him because Ilya's Russian team just lost a youth tournament. Weeks later, Ilya's luck continues to slide as his team loses to Shane's Canadian squad. 6 months later, Shane and Ilya meet to film a commercial. Ilya reveals he was the one who suggested the collaboration, leaving Shane shocked. Meanwhile, Shane's mother, Yuna, constantly reminds him to wear Reebok shoes, as he was chosen as their brand ambassador, the youngest hockey player to receive such an honor. She also reminds him he is a role model for Asian American children. Unlike Ilya, Shane is the golden boy. He carries the weight of being a role model for the Asian American community and his family's high expectations. He's so obsessed with being perfect that he suppresses his true desires. His attraction to Ilya isn't just about chemistry, it's a rebellion against the perfect life he's forced to live. After the shoot, Shane and Ilya cross paths in the shower. Ilya is clearly aroused the moment he sees Shane's naked body. Everything is standing tall, and Shane can't look away. Though he tries to control his urge and turns his head, Ilya stares and starts choking the chicken. Despite being mesmerized, Shane stays rational and flatly refuses, "Not here." That's a firm no for now. In the locker room, Shane changes his mind and wants Ilya to forget what happened in the shower. But Ilya knows Shane is a closeted guy who wants it badly despite his denial. He moves close to Shane, asks for his room number, and sets a date for 9 p.m. This makes Shane restless all evening. As soon as Ilya enters the room, he pins Shane to the wall for a heavy makeout session. Shane reciprocates, taking off his shirt and kneeling to take care of the snake. Shane confesses this is his first time with a man. while Ilya is experienced, having hooked up with a coach's son. In round 2, Ilya tells Shane to strip, and Shane goes back to work. Afterward, Ilya turns to grab a cigarette, making Shane briefly feel abandoned. Instead, Ilya shows him a total maintenance session that sends him to heaven immediately. Clearly, Ilya is a playful troublemaker who loves teasing Shane. After their steamy encounter, Shane makes Ilya swear to keep this a secret. Once alone, Shane begins to feel regret. 3 months later, Shane can't stop watching Ilya's interviews online. Ilya's career is soaring, he becomes arrogant, claiming he'll score 50 goals, which annoys Yuna. However, Shane finds it adorable. Meanwhile, the media uses their rivalry to draw audiences, setting traps for them to trash-talk each other. But Shane remains calm, making Ilya slightly jealous of his perfection. Off the rink, Ilya still has family drama. His brother keeps calling for money, and Ilya notices his father's memory is fading, though his brother insists everything is fine. 4 months later, they reunite in Nashville for the All-Star Game. Before the game, the media hypes their rivalry in a joint interview. The two play off each other perfectly. Noticing Ilya struggling with English, Shane jumps in to answer for him. Under the table, their bond grows as their legs continuously touch. Notice the shift in their dynamic. In the hockey world, they have to be enemies. But under that table in Nashville, their touch says what their lips can't. They aren't just rivals anymore, they're two lonely people finding a connection in a world that demands they hate each other. This is where the heated rivalry officially turns into something much deeper. During the game, both perform brilliantly. Ilya breaks a record with 4 goals. But a minute later, Shane breaks Ilya's record, chirping at each other on the bench. They secretly drop hints. Finally, Ilya stands to leave, saying 1-2-2-1 to Shane. To others, it's trash talk, but Shane knows it's an invitation to Ilya's hotel room tonight. Ilya's room is right next to a teammate's, so Shane rushes in and scolds Ilya for making him wait in the hall like a fool. He angrily kisses Ilya, and they get tangled up. Shane is still hesitant about taking the lead, so Ilya teases him, forcing Shane to reveal he has been practicing with a toy. They plan to meet at their next game in 2 weeks, where Ilya promises to wreck him. However, as soon as the bedtime battle ends and he gets dressed, Shane changes his mind again. Knowing Shane is addicted but shy, Ilya takes Shane's phone and saves their numbers under the names Lily and Jane to hide from prying eyes. 2 weeks later, their plan fails because the game is cancelled due to a blizzard. Utterly disappointed, Shane goes to a teammate's for dinner, while Ilya unexpectedly hooks up with a girl named Svetlana. They don't meet again until 4 months later at the Rookie of the Year awards. Shane is the winner. However, his joy is incomplete because Ilya is nowhere to be seen. It's only when he goes to the roof for air that he finds the Russian. Thinking Ilya is bitter, Shane gets angry. This is the first time he's beaten Ilya. Why can't Ilya be happy for him? But Ilya insists he just wanted air and is worried about returning to Russia. Unfortunately, Shane knows nothing of Ilya's family situation. He just thinks it's nice for Ilya to see his family. Ilya remains indifferent. Frustrated by his attitude, Shane says goodbye to leave. But Ilya suddenly pulls him back for a passionate kiss. Shane kisses him back before snapping to his senses. Terrified someone will see them, he flees, leaving Ilya pensive on the rooftop. Shane ran away, but we all know he can't stay away for long. Will he choose his perfect image or his messy, arrogant rival? What would you do if you were in Shane's shoes? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for episode 2 of Nagi Recap. Thanks for watching, stay tuned for more stories, and I'll see you in the next video.
En tout chemin, en tout lieu, il ne parle que du bon Dieu, il ne parle que du bon Dieu.